Hi, my name is Marco, and welcome to the Model Gene. Today I'm going to be discussing some of the best and worst covers from August 2023. British Vogue's August cover is featuring the host of the reality TV dating show Love Island, shot by Meisel. Is Meisel arguably the top living fashion photographer? Yes, but should that make him impervious to criticism? I think not. Maya has a beautiful face, looks beautiful on the cover, but I would absolutely argue that her skin is over-retouched, my most common criticism of his work. In this cover, her neck is a vertical tube of flesh without any lines or anatomy that makes up that body part. As per usual, all the fine lines and facial contours have been removed around the nasolabial folds. I really hope that as time goes on, photographers and magazines will allow their subjects to exist on covers without every millimeter of their appearance looked at with the thought that something needs to be fixed. Olivia Rodrigo is on the cover of Vogue US, and I find the cover very perplexing. She is a Gen Z it girl, but nothing about the cover reflects a youthful energy. This dress from Emporio Armani is a terrible choice for the cover, with how the black flower is swallowing her neck and pulling focus in the image. Looking at the rest of the story, we see that the white wall on the cover is actually a set piece with a door, which should have been visible in the cover. I'm completely okay with the obvious use of metaphors or cliches as thematic devices in photography, in this case when one door closes, another one opens. Annie Leibovitz mastered this at Rolling Stone magazine, but here it is not as successful. Normally there is an image from the editorial that I would pick as a better cover, but in this case, there isn't cohesion between the styling and a narrative, so I'm at a loss. The fashion story simply looks like pictures of clothes on a girl. For all these reasons, Vogue US is my pick for the worst cover of the month. Vogue China is among the growing number of magazines exploring the combination of artificial intelligence with traditional photography for this cover shoot, but I think the result leaves a lot to be desired. I have seen a lot of beautiful AI artwork from artists like Nardologic that offer something new and thought-provoking. Vogue China's cover pushes no boundaries, which is a shame to see. There is naturally a lot of discussion about the ethical considerations with this new technology, so if you are going to enter the conversation, you might as well be bold and make something impactful. Vogue ESPAÑA features Sora Choi on their cover, and there is a painterly quality about the image that I love. Especially with her brows bleached out, it is like we are seeing a painting in progress. Her hair looks like inky black brush strokes, especially here at her cheek, paired with a black cat eye. All in all, a strong cover from Vogue ESPAñA this month. Vogue Italia is going in a different direction this month with their multiple August covers, this time putting the people of Palermo as the stars. Yes, it is more photojournalism than fashion photography, but the images are full of narrative, and I would take a cover with any of these people over the pathetic Kardashian cover they had last month. My favorite of the images is this one of Maria Firicano, a fish trader oozing with charisma and style. We have a strong interplay with hard and soft, her pale pink jacket and coiffed hair against the hard lines of her glasses and tough demeanor. This image made me smile, and it is a welcomed change of direction for the month. The three covers of Vogue Portugal are representing different aspects of the luxury fashion industry: the beauty market, avant-garde fashion, and youth-driven trends. Starting with the beauty shot, this image is evocative of an identity Alessandro Michele perfected at Gucci, retro maximalism with a twist of something unexpected, which in this case would be the model's technically imperfect teeth. The styling and colors are great here, the skin is not overly retouched, a great cover. Next we have the cover of Maga Abramoff with her large teddy bear co-star. The predictable way to photograph this colorful look with the teddy bear would have been super saccharine and bright, but I actually love this dark and moody lighting and set. There is something almost sinister about the bear in this lighting, and I love when fashion photography makes you stop and think. My favorite cover of the month is this third cover from Vogue Portugal with an ensemble cast of models in a visual feast. The styling and casting are so perfectly done, and you can see that each model was not treated interchangeably. Every identity feels authentic, which helps strengthen the image. This camera angle is so rare to see on the cover of a fashion magazine, it immediately grabs your attention and stands out on a newsstand. It can be difficult to represent youth culture authentically, but the blend of different voices here was a fantastic way to reflect the individualism that drives the way young people choose to dress today. Vogue France's August cover is a nice beauty shot, but I don't love the rotated orientation of the photo, to be honest. Seeing it upright, I don't think anything was really gained by rotating the photo 90 degrees. Dust magazine has multiple covers for their autumn-winter issue, with varying degrees of success. I really don't like these two goth covers by Willy Vanderperre, but the Raf Simons universe is one that never resonated with me. Whatever story they are trying to sell here, I'm not buying it. The cover by Ryan McGinley is fun, with the model's body twisted up in a swirl of energy. The cover with Mamour is a strong image, but I do want to address a trend that is going on in the modeling industry at the moment. Over the last few years, casting directors, specifically for high fashion clients, are trying to find the darkest skinned black models that they can, because they think dark skin is edgy, whereas someone who is of a lighter skin complexion, they are urban, hip-hop, street style. These models are often photographed purposefully underexposed so that their features disappear and they are instead simply a graphic element. Diversity in models has improved over the last years from the time when you could hardly find a black model on the runway, but if you dig a little deeper, the same problem still exists, but in a different form. This also isn't just about black models, because there is still way less inclusion of Arab models, and God forbid you include an Asian model that doesn't have pale white skin. Koreans, Japanese, Chinese models are considered okay, but good luck finding a Filipino with slightly darker skin working in Europe, like their paler counterparts. I, of course, am not saying that dark-skinned models shouldn't be booking jobs, but human skin comes in more than 2 shades, and the range of colors should be represented, not just the binary. NUMÉRO Homme's cover of astronaut Thomas Pesquet is a simple and conservative portrait that I normally wouldn't even feature in a video, but one thing that sticks out to me is the reflection on the sunglasses. This was clearly edited in Photoshop to remove what the subject was facing,
but the issue is that they left some transparency to show the outline of his head, but removed his eye, which should be visible.
Remember to use Photoshop with discretion and avoid mistakes like this. NUMÉRO Homme Netherlands is perfectly encapsulating how ridiculous people are when it comes to royalty with this cover image of Count Nikolai of Montpezat. Nikolai made his debut as a worldwide exclusive for Kim Jones's debut collection at Dior Homme, back when he was Prince Nikolai, but at the beginning of this year, the Queen of Denmark stripped the titles of her grandchildren for a more slimmed-down monarchy. In other words, this young man was booked for all these high-profile jobs entirely for the reason that he had a royal title, but now he is being rebranded as Count Nikolai in order to desperately cling to relevance. This cover is pure unintentional comedy, a former prince posing on a muddied motocross bike, or here in a high-waisted trouser, all in Louis Vuitton, of course. Meanwhile, he is making public statements to tabloids about how sad his whole family is about the stripping of the titles and how they are still in shock at how quickly it happened. At least he can wipe his tears with all the money he made being booked for his name and not his appearance. Be sure to subscribe to find out who comes out on top next month in the Battle of the Covers.